All right, hello everyone. Today we'll be going over our next tutorial. This time it's going to be ECAN. We just type it into the blue bar here. ECAN. This is the World Macroeconomic Analyzer. So if we click on this, we get U.S. Inflation index to the CPI, Consumer Price Index, uh, uh, time series monthly. So we can select what we want to see. We can look at all this white line is all the items here. But this is not specifically what I want to show you guys for our project. This is like the main one. But if we go back, go ECAN. There's different ECANs. There's U.S. imports, U.S. CPI, retail sales, non-farm payrolls, Brazil during the year zone. But in our case, we're going to do U.S. imports. So I'm going to click on that. And as you guys already can see how this function can be beneficial for our project, if you look at the bottom left of my mouses, you can look at all the different materials that are imported from all countries in the world to the US. So what are we focusing on? We're focusing on, well, plastics and rubber. You can open that with the arrow, break it down by country, and then inspect it even more, just like all the other, all the tools we used before. There's footwear, base metals, optics, and vehicles. We're definitely going to use that, right? By country, by HS2, which is harmonized, which is, I think, a different categorization. I still have to look into that more. We open that. Um, Mineral products, we got by country here. There we go. You can even just click on it, mineral products. And then it goes into imports by country to the United States. So the legend up here, so this white line is total imports from all these countries to the US, right? But let's go now from 2024 to 2025. Let's do a 5-year time frame. I want to see the big picture, right? So 5-year. There we go. Now we could really see. So from 2020 to 2025, we can generally say from our observations that imports have increased to the United States. Um, and then you see these colored bars on top of each other. This is like a bar chart, and it shows how much of the imports to the United States are from that country. So this bottom one is really bulky one. If you hover over it, you see how uh, the top left, where Canada is, blinks. It shows you uh, how much imports are coming into the US. So in this case, in terms of minerals, Canada imports the most to the US from what I can see here. And then this top one is, where is it? It is, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Let's 5 more hidden lines. Where is it? Let's see. Other partners. What does that consist of? Let's see. Other partners. Okay. That goes deeper into that. Let's go back actually. So yeah, these Saudi Arabia, we have Mexico, Brazil, China. So well, from what we see here, yeah, Canada is a main supplier of minerals. Uh, yeah, and Trump is currently trying to tariff minerals from Canada. So yeah, that's that. Let's go back to one of our other materials that we should look at. Let's go back. So we also have to look at on load. So we have to look at plastics and rubber. You can just click on that guy. Boom. And then same thing here, same deal. Hover over it, you can see who it is. China. China, so this is plastic and rubber. Plastic to China and Canada. Interesting. China and Canada. Canada is pretty much second place in terms of importation to the United States. Yeah, China and Canada again, plastics and rubber, automotive industry. You can also just take out a lot of these countries in this checkbox right here and kind of hone down on your research. We don't need Argentina. We don't need Japan. We don't need Brazil. We don't need Turkey. Saudi Arabia, not really. South Africa. Then yeah, you can just go through these and just maybe Taiwan. No, not Taiwan. You're not really a manufacturer of plastics and rubber. Ireland, Finland, other partners. So yes, have Canada and China. Is there Mexico here? Is Mexico a plastics manufacturer? Let's see. Mexico. Yes, it is. It's blue. Actually, Mexico is also a pretty decent supplier of plastics and rubber. Interesting. Okay. They are our currently top three trading partners. If you check ECTR, I think, trade flow. Let's go back. But that was 2023, so we're gonna double check that, or 2020 or 2023, I think. Let's go back here. You can look at, yeah, you can look at pretty much anything you want. You could do the same thing here. Just click, remove things that you don't need. I recommend, yeah, just choosing what you want to look at. And then, yeah, then you can also, let's go back to plastics. Click on that. You can also export your data into a spreadsheet. Click on this, export to Excel or export to the line chart, which is GP. Let's try clicking on GP, the line chart. It'll take me to a new tab. It's loading. Still loading. There we go. This looks way better. You can inspect it way easier. You can also go to table, just like all the other line graphs we looked at, just to look at the numbers. Come on, if it does not work. Oh, I guess not. Well, from the line chart, you can just, oh, there you go. Now it works. Okay. You can see the changes over time from 2020 all the way to right now, 131, 2025. You can see over time, well, let's see, increase, and decrease a bit. So general increase in imports for plastic and rubber. That's generally what I'm getting here. Let's go back. I think we can use the ECAN function for our macroeconomic analysis. Because if you look at our industry map layout, we put down a few materials that these top companies use within our supply chain to produce automotive vehicles, which is plastic and rubber, minerals. I think we can also go in depth into the materials of plastic and rubber. Michael put a Word document in the OneDrive showing the specific plastics that are part of the imports to the United States. Let me see if I can actually find that. Let's click on this. I think it's harmonized, right? Harmonized. Let's see. Let's click on that guy. Okay, plastics and imports. So yeah. So yeah, I clicked on harmonized. Go from by country to HS4, which shows the in-depth materials of the kinds of plastics that gets imported to the United States from all countries to the United States. And what is from this graph, maybe we can see which one is imported the most. Let's see, 93, 53, 486. Okay. Our highest one is articles of plastics in the soy. I don't know what that means, but I'm gonna look into that and see what that is. Articles of plastics, soy. Yeah, well, I'm not sure about that right now. I'll look into that. But yeah, you can just generally see like the balance of imports within the material you're looking at from the firm that produces it. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm getting at. It's just a really good tool that you guys can use. If you have questions, uh, contact one of us, ask one of the lab assistants, or just come Monday and Friday and show up.